Welcome into another video in my series where I'm going through and testing out all the weapons inside of Modern Warfare 3 to see how these weapons are going to perform for inside of your Modern Warfare 3 Zombies games. This is going to include the aftermarket parts, the aftermarket conversion kits, as well as the MW2 weapons. So if you guys are new around here, make sure you subscribe, turn on those bell notifications so you're not going to miss out any future uploads from myself on Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. As well, on Mondays and Thursdays, I do stream. The link for that is down in the description, and I stream a ton of custom zombies and other zombie-related games, and I'd just absolutely be honored to have you guys come and hang out. Now, today is something I truly enjoy doing, and that is doing viewer suggestion runs. Now, today, this comes from one of my Tier 3 subscribers, so a massive shout out to you for the absolute insane level of support. Thank you so very much. So today, we're going to be going through a very specific build for the DG-58 LMG. We're going to be taking that through all three tiers, taking on bounty contracts all the way through to see just how viable this weapon is for you to be using inside of your Modern Warfare 3 Zombies games. Now, after I have covered all of this, I have to stop right here and thank each and every one of you for the just absolute next level of support that this channel has received recently. It has been absolutely astonishing to see. 2 days after we crossed and I got the email from YouTube as the channel passed 400,000 views, which is absolutely insane to see. Just 2 days later, I got this email from YouTube saying that the channel had crossed 425,000 views. Unbelievable support. Thank you all so very much. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure you have those bell notifications turned on, because I am working on something right now as a way to give back to all of you as a thank you for just the absolute insane next level of support that this channel has received recently. So thank you very much, and without further ado, let's get to the DG-58 LMG review video today. Welcome into today's video where we're going to be doing a viewer suggestion for the LMG, the DG-58. So the build that I'm using today is a very specific one that was given to me through the Discord, and if you guys are looking to join the amazing Discord community, the link for that you'll find down in the description, and that's where I spend time connecting with the community and being able to get into some games when I have time with you guys all and help you guys out unlock and complete whatever it is that you guys are needing to do. So we're going to be looking to keep the camo and the bone rattle blueprint I have on the DG-58 for today's run, and when I spawn in and do these weapon testing videos, as we always do, when we spawn in we throw in my perks with no additions to the weapon to make it any stronger. So no pack-a-punch, no tools, and no ammo mods, and we grab our first bounty contract of the day, which was a mangler today, and holy smokes, this thing shoots like a laser beam. I have to say, this build was awesome to use. I was really enjoying using this, and I truly am impressed by the builds that have been suggested to me from all of you. You guys have just absolutely been crushing it on your suggestions. Some truly unbelievable weapons to use and some truly awesome builds to run on those weapons for sure, and today was no exception. The DG-58 definitely performed very well at white rarity against that mangler inside of tier 1 for sure. So the next thing I wanted to do was pack-a-punch the DG-58, but melee the machine first so that I can keep that blueprint combo combination on there for the rest of my run, and then it was trying to find another bounty contract inside of tier 1 and take it on being white rarity with no ammo mods, but only pack-a-punch as an increase in damage to the weapon right now. And after I saw how it performed against our first bounty of the day in that mangler there, I was really excited to kind of push on forward and use this. As well, I do want to mention that this is an LMG, so I was expecting to feel really slow, but I didn't using this. So that's definitely for sure something to take note of. I do want to mention, though, that the sinkholes are still here. This one here is at I-6 on your TAC map. So this is our bounty contract inside of tier 1. It's white rarity, only pack 1 with no ammo mods, and that mangler was easy work for sure. I was really enjoying this build, so great suggestion. Thank you so much. It was definitely an absolute blast to use this today in my run. The next thing to do was to throw on Legendary and my Napalm Burst and head off and grab another bounty contract inside of tier 1 and see if this is going to be basically a one-shot on this bounty contract inside of tier 1, being Legendary, pack-a-punch with Napalm inside of tier 1. This really should be an almost instant delete, basically a one-shot, and the Mimic came out and you can see the damage on his health bar just evaporate right there. It was just a few shots into him and he was already gone. So very, very impressive damage for sure. So next it's time to push through into tier 2, but I wanted to make sure that when we started grabbing a bounty contract inside of tier 2 today that we weren't going to be going to visit Pack-a-Punch and, you know, take on a bounty contract inside of tier 2 at Pack 2. I want to take on our first tier 2 bounty contract at Pack 1, being legendary with Napalm, and see how well it performs inside of tier 2, only being Pack-a-Punched 1, and I was definitely impressed for sure. I mean, you can see the damage off the Mimic bounty contract just evaporate as we are laying in the critical shots to him for sure. Definitely viable to run inside of tier 2 at Pack 1, definitely for sure. I feel even Epic would be okay. Honestly though, I really don't think that blue tool with this into tier 2 and tier 3 is going to be a viable option, so you definitely want to try and have Epic on this if you can. I feel like you can run this at tier 2, Pack 2, probably blue rarity, and you might be okay. You're going to probably go through a lot of ammo to take out some of the enemies for sure, but definitely something that you can do. I just don't think it's going to be a viable option for you guys to use inside of tier 3 at blue rarity, even if it is triple Pack-a-Punched. So the next thing on the list is to visit Pack-a-Punch and get the DG-58 to Pack-a-Punch level 2, and then find ourselves a bounty contract inside of tier 2 and see just how much quicker we can eliminate this bounty compared to the Mimic we had in tier 2 where we were Pack 1. Now we are Pack 2, so I'm expecting this bounty contract to be much the same as our Pack-a-Punch 1 legendary bounty contract inside of tier 1 when it was just basically an instant delete for sure. So I was really expecting some strong damage from this DG-58 inside of tier 2. There was a bunch of riffraff that showed up, but I could already tell like this was going to be something very viable for you guys to be using inside of tier 2 at double Pack-a-Punch, Epic, or legendary tool on it for sure. You can see just how quick we were able to get rid of that Mangler bounty contract inside of tier 2. So I was feeling really confident at this point and just having an absolute blast using this build. Again, I can't thank you guys enough for the weapon suggestions. You guys are crushing it, and these are just tons of fun to use and super strong for sure. So the next thing to do is to throw on my Pack-a-Punch 3 crystal that I bring in every single match. So we are now Pack-a-Punch 3 on the DG-58. Then it was to ping our Wonderfuzz machine and drop into the sky and fly our way into tier 3, grab the rest of our perks before we wander off into tier 3, see if we can get lucky and possibly grab one of the rituals left so I could replenish the PAP 3 crystal and legendary tool I used on this run. However, and by the time I got into tier 3 today, all of those had been gone. So I did want to show you crowd control with the DG-58 without mags of holding, just to show you how well it performs inside of tier 3 and how well it handles the absolute congestion that we all know that tier 3 is. And recently, tier 3 seems to be extra beefy for sure. Just last night I was running with one of the community members, and holy smokes, it was definitely a beefy tier 3 run. We both felt it for sure. So let me know in the comments down below if you guys have noticed a change to possibly the strength of the zombies inside of tier 3 or just the speed and congestion in tier 3. I definitely feel like it has been turned up a notch for sure. So then it was time to go off and visit Zhorde, the Guardian of the Arches, before we throw on mags of holding to see how this performs against a Mega Abomination. But I'm sad to report, at first glance, Zhorde was nowhere to be found. It was like a deserted ghost town here at the Arches. I was very confused and quite sad, to be honest with you all. Zhorde was taking a break the last video, so I was eager to get back into action and get into a fight with Zhorde, and then I heard him. Zhorde is here. So we had to turn around, we had to go on, and we had to get involved in a fight with Zhorde, the Guardian of the Arches today, and that was exactly what we did for sure. And I was thoroughly impressed with how well this DG-58 performs inside of tier 3. Even though it is an LMG, I did not feel at all like I was hampered in my movement speed. I did feel like it was a little bit slower than like the FDAX horse I ran the other day being an SMG. You're definitely going to notice the difference going from an SMG down to, you know, a heavier LMG for sure. But didn't feel like I was, you know, a slug moving around in tier 3 with this weapon in my hands for sure. So that was awesome to see, definitely. That spot up there is a great one to get Zhorde and your Mega Abominations to fire up their laser attacks, as they cannot come down there because of the picnic tables, so they'll just repeatedly fire up their laser attacks, which is awesome. But the zombies, of course, can still come at you, so it wasn't necessarily the greatest spot ever. Now, with the riffraff I had, and I knew it was all coming from behind me in one direction, I wanted to take Zhorde over here to our cheese spot to take advantage of the fact that I had riffraff coming at me all in one direction. Zhorde had already been damaged pretty well. I'd done a good chunk of damage to his critical health as well early in this fight, so I wanted to kind of bring it over here. We had a HVT. Mimic decided to show up. He grabbed me. All kinds of fun here. We got rid of the Mimic. Not much of an issue at all. This DG-58 triple pack legendary definitely melts inside of tier 3 for sure. Definitely very strong. Definitely viable weapon. I mean, you've got a ton of ammo in it, which is awesome to see. It's definitely got a ton of accuracy. It is very, very straight. It shoots almost like a laser beam. Almost no recoil. Just excuse me while I play with Zhorde here for a minute. I was having so much fun making Zhorde turn around, flip around. He was not happy about that at all, by the way. It's a very crabby Zhorde today. I was trying to get him to fire up his laser attack, but Zhorde was having none of that. He was not interested at all in firing up his laser attack. He really wanted to leave, and then I finally got him to turn around and fire his laser attack, and I had to reload. Just my luck. But we managed to finish him off right there as he continued to fire up his laser attack, which was awesome to see. So definitely something that you can run inside of tier 3 is this DG-58 for sure. It's definitely something that dishes out the damage to crowd control inside of tier 3, the congestion that is tier 3, and standard HVTs inside of tier 3. We just took out Zhorde's Mega Abomination inside of tier 3. Definitely not much of a struggle for sure dealing with Zhorde and being able to take out a ton of damage on Zhorde, hitting the critical shots for sure. So we grabbed another bounty contract inside of tier 3 to show you guys, and this one was a disciple, and I'm not a big fan of disciples because this fight was absolutely insane. Where did all these disciples come from? I almost died. There was like 5, I think, that showed up right there. It was absolutely insane. Like, there's 4 regular disciples. There's my bounty contract disciple. There's another one spawned. Like, what was even happening? I had no clue what was going on. They took out all of my plates, down my health down to about 70 or below. It was absolutely the most craziest thing I ever seen. I had to run away and get some space to breathe in between all those disciples because they were healing and I was dying. That was definitely something that was going to happen if I stuck around. So I got the heck out of there, got some separation so that I could clear out some of the riffraff before going back in to engage with my bounty disciple. But holy smokes, let me know if you guys have seen that before. Like, that was just insane to see that many disciples coming at me. Absolutely I could not believe that there was like 5 or 6 of them coming at me at once. It was absolutely nuts. And then when I came over here, I noticed that there was another team doing the spore control inside of tier 3. So I'm wondering if I managed to pull all of their disciple, like riffraff, that was coming after them for the spore control, and they all came over and targeted me when I started engaging my bounty disciple. I'm not sure, but that was definitely one of the strangest occurrences I've ever seen inside of Modern Warfare 3 Zombies for sure. Let me know down in the comments what some of the strangest things you all have seen inside of your Modern Warfare 3 Zombies games. I would love to hear what has happened to each and every one of you guys, because I'm sure there's been a ton of just absolutely insane things happen inside of tier 3. And to continue on with the just craziness that was, you know, the disciples and things that were going on in my run, this right here really got me confused as well. That disciple was not moving anymore. He was just standing there, and it looked like he was healing, but I couldn't tell like where he was healing from because he was just chilling. Like, I don't know what was going on with my disciple here, but I was finally able to get him to aggro over to me so that I could finally dish some damage to him without him being just in constant heal mode. But even when he came over to me, he was acting rather odd, just kind of standing there, not really moving around too much. It was really strange. I'm not sure what's going on. You can also see in the background, there's 3 zombies that are just standing there like AFK, like they've been electrocuted. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. We had the team that was doing the spore control show up and help me finish this disciple bounty contract. Thank goodness, because I had no idea what was going on. I hadn't seen that much health. And I love the zombies community. Oh my goodness. Player randomly decided to drop me the blood burner bike schematics. I already have them all, so I told him no, but just absolutely amazing. I love to see it inside of the zombies community, helping each other out. Just awesome positive vibes. Now, what the heck is going on with these 3 zombies? It sounded like they were still trying to attack me, like they were still swinging and hitting me, but you can see they are stuck definitely in the dead wire electrocution animation. It was so odd. Like, I was so confused by this. I could not figure out what was going on. Let me know if you guys have ever seen this happen inside of your MW3 Zombies games, because this was a first for me. I have seen where you go in and you do the rituals, and sometimes the zombies don't recognize that you're like inside of tier 3 for a few seconds. But like, these guys had no clue what was even going on. That was definitely the strangest thing I've ever come across, for sure. I wanted to show you guys that so you can see all the strange things that are happening inside of my games, so you don't get the feeling that I'm just, you know, getting, you know, no disconnects and no issues in my games whatsoever, because I'm definitely feeling and seeing all the strange glitches and bugs that happen inside of Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, just like you all are as well. So here's our bounty contract inside of tier 3. We got a Mega Abomination. I did put mags of holding on it right now so that I don't have to reload, and I wanted to show you guys just how well this makes the DG-58 perform extra inside of tier 3 with mags of holding. It already does really well without mags of holding, but with the mags of holding on here, this is just such an awesome weapon to use. The ammunition count is awesome to see inside of tier 3. It's always nice to have lots of ammunition. Our Mega Abomination decided to fire up his laser attack right there. I laid into his shot and got the second head off and almost died for it. Health went down to 21. Whew, that was close. I had no plates, so I was getting really sketchy here. Threw out a decoy, and then the only option I had was to head off into the water because there was a horde coming behind me. And I got lucky that I was up next to the rock, so when the zombies are throwing meat, as they do when you sit in the water, they hit the rock and not me, so I was able to finish off the Mega Abomination bounty contract right there. I didn't mind doing it this way, as I felt it was a good option to show you guys the damage we're doing to the Mega Abomination bounty contract's health bar with no other riffraff around, so you can actually see you know, a true feel for how the actual weapon will deal damage to the Mega Abomination bounty contract. But yeah, if you guys are in the water and trying to hang out, be careful, the zombies will throw meat at you. We got a jug suit out of that, which was truly awesome to see. And then we were inside of tier 3, I was grabbing some ammo, and there was another Mega Abomination bounty inside of here, so I figured that we would just kind of get rid of this one and show you guys what it's like to just deal with, you know, tier 3 as a congestion. Excuse me? Mega Abomination decided to launch himself off of the porta potty. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Anyway, that was crazy. I was not prepared to see that, for sure. That looks so funny. Anyway, I'm still running around. We're trying to clear out the Mega Abomination. I'm trying to get some distance so we can fire up his laser attack, so we can fire into that laser and do that awesome critical damage that the DG-58 can do inside of MW3 Zombies, for sure. And you can see when he got his laser attack out, we are able to just melt that Mega Abomination's health bar, for sure. This is definitely something that is going to be viable for you all to use inside of your Modern Warfare 3 Zombies games. Inside of tier 3, definitely. But I do want to say I don't feel like at Pack-a-Punch level 3, coming into tier 3 with this weapon at a blue rarity, so rare tool is going to be enough damage for you. You're going to be needing to visit the ammo caches a lot to keep up the ammo count to be able to dish out the damage to the Mega Abominations. Now, I knew I was going to take it down here, but I didn't care because I had picked up a self-revive, but I wanted to show you guys just how strong that is when you could just stand there and dish out the damage to a Mega Abomination HVT inside of tier 3. Truly, truly awesome to see, and an amazing suggestion today. I had an absolute blast running this. Now, I did want to show you guys crowd control with mags of holding because, of course, now we don't have to reload. And I wanted to show you guys just how strong that is dealing with all the you know, zombies inside of tier 3, and you can see just how well we were able to take out the congestion inside of tier 3 with mags of holding on. They are all gathering out of my decoy I threw, but nonetheless, you can see how fast we're able to cut through the health bars on these zombies inside of tier 3, making this weapon definitely one that is viable for you all to use inside of Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. So if you guys are looking for something new to run, to try and, you know, change up the weapons that you're bringing into Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, then give this one a go. Definitely recommend it. And again, I can't thank you enough for the weapon suggestion. This was an absolute joy to run today. I had a ton of fun doing this recording. So thank you guys for tuning in and all the recent support. It's honestly been kind of overwhelming, for sure. So again, I'm going to be thanking you guys until you are sick and tired of me hearing it, but I'm going to continue to do it. So it's time to make our way off to an exfil, as I had come to the conclusion that this was definitely something that was going to be viable to use inside of tier 3 in all of your Modern Warfare 3 Zombies games, for sure. Now, the weapon build that I was given is very specific, so at the end of the video you will find that build that I used to run for this run today for the video. So let's work together as a community, and if you guys feel like there's some changes you wanted to suggest for the weapon build so that possibly we all can have an even better build for the DG-58 to run inside of our Modern Warfare 3 Zombies games, then let's work together down in the comments section and make that happen so that this becomes the place we come and find the absolute amazing builds for our weapons inside of Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. So we made it out, which was absolutely awesome. Managed to push up our containment level even more, and I thought I'd show you guys what I managed to exfil with as far as loot today, and I'll let you guys comment on that down below. So, like I do at the end of every video, this is the build that I used today on the DG-58 that I ran. And this was the build that I was given to run, so thank you so much. That was an awesome build. Definitely shoots like a laser beam. You guys like to know about the camos I use? So this one is found under all camos under the microscope, and this one is called the Micro Bale, I believe is how you say that one. So that's the camo that we ran today, and I thought I'd add in for people wondering what the blueprint is that I'm using. So I'm going to show you guys that right here. The blueprint that I used today is found in the DG-58, and it is the Bone Rattle blueprint is what I did. So thanks very much for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.